Hey, Shalom Markins of Kamak Pash from Jimis London, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Shem Chachwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom to the hopeful elect, speaking his truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video, and the WHO are at it again. The World Health Organization, talking about outbreaks, out there in the Congo that is of international concern. So are we about to witness another CV-like error? Where they're going to put more restrictions in place, give greater power to these, these organizations and, these governments to enforce things on the people. We have to wait and see, But it says here that who declares Mpox outbreak a public health emergency of international concern, right? And the outbreak is taking place in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Right, it's from the UK government site. It says the World Health Organization, WHO, has determined that the upsurge of Mpox in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and a growing number of countries in Africa constitutes a public health emergency of international concern. And I think I saw recently also that it's gone outside of Africa, right, and in someplace in Europe. All right, so they're putting the idea that this is going to spread throughout Europe, right? I've not seen anything, speaking about how dangerous it is. From what I know or what I've read, it's not a particularly dangerous one, but they're trying to make it sound, then again, will CV that dangerous in comparison to regular flu, But yeah, they're trying to make it sound like it's something that people should be concerned about, But the devil is just, running these games, right? Trying to, put more pieces in, to build these new world order, right? This is the declaration follows advice from the IHR Emergency Committee of Independent Experts who met on Wednesday, 14th of August 2024, to review data presented from the WHO and affected countries. The committee considered the upsurge of Mpox to be a PHIC with potential to spread further across countries in Africa and possibly outside the continent. Okay, which I think someone said that. Some news source said that. So currently there's no cases of clade 1 Mpox confirmed in the UK. So it ain't where we are right now, but who knows in the next week or 2, 3 weeks, month, or whatever. I don't know how fast it's spreading. We just have to wait and see what they plan on doing this, but obviously they're making a big thing out of it. Right? Let's see. I haven't read this yet, so just scanning through it. I got this paragraph here, or this quotation, right? It says the risk to the UK population is currently considered low. However, planning is underway to prepare for any cases that we might see in the UK. This includes ensuring that clinicians are aware and able to recognize cases promptly, that rapid testing is available, and that protocols are developed for the safe clinical care of people who have the infection and the prevention of onward transmission. Right? It says common symptoms of Mpox include a skin rash or pus-filled lesions that can last 2 to 4 weeks. It also can cause fever, headaches, muscle aches, back pain, low energy, and swollen lymph nodes. The infection can pass on through contact with someone who has the infection or with infected animals. Right? But I remember reading something recently concerning this, is that this thing isn't even supposed to be easily transferred between humans. This is something that occurs between animals. Right? This whole idea that it's moving between humans is not really supposed to be happening. But we all know, during the whole CV era with the Fauci's and, there was the gain of function research that they were doing. They're modifying these diseases to, infect humans. And I just I forget about the whole algorithm thing. Maybe I can't even say that. I don't know. But yeah, gain of function was being discussed, among the politicians and that with Fauci about upgrading these pathogens and these viruses and stuff like that. They was having that discussion, right? That's the truth. I didn't make that up. Right? That was in the news all day long, right? So yeah, these things, or they always talk about the next PD, not P Diddy, but the Pandy. They always talk about the next ones and disease X and all this kind of business, right? And so what they make it seem like it's just a natural thing that's happening is actually being worked on, and these organizations are here to basically put the world into fear and to cause people to accept the measures that they put in place. We had the whole keep 6 foot apart and no more than 6 people, and what's the other 6? They had all these sixes being thrown around, right? All these curfews and don't travel and all this stuff, right? So they getting you. They had us getting used to the idea that maybe your movement is gonna be limited, your freedoms, right, for the sake of the greater good, and that was going on globally. So we'll wait and see what this thing does, But I'm just gonna grab a couple of scriptures and I'm gonna end the lesson here, right? It says Psalms 36 verse 4 says he deviseth mischief upon his bed, he setteth himself in a way that is not good, he abhorreth not evil. And this is Esau, right? Esau is one running all these organizations, right? Because they're there for to meet his ends, to achieve his goals, right? And like I said, they was plotting, they was scheming, looking what to do next, in order to position themselves to put themselves in a position to bring out the MLTB. Right, that's what he's doing. Right, and so we know these things are not very, not far off. These things are going to be implemented and brought into the world very, very soon. And they say they use instances like this as an excuse to bring, these things to pass. All right. This is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Right? Like I say, Esau's, he's the ruler of this earth, man. He has the resources, the money, the power, to be doing all this crazy shit. Producing all these things that were not, once not harmful to humans. Like I said, they got all these laboratories and shit, releasing stuff into the wild, and all this. Oh, it was an accident. Yeah, sure. It escaped, from the CDC and all that kind of shit. Right, it says, they covet fields and take them by violence and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for this time is evil. Right? Okay, the time, this evil time that's spoken of in Daniel chapter 12 verse 1, that's all being prepared right now. The Most High is having these devils work hard, diligently, swiftly, right, into bringing about a situation where this world is just going to collapse. Okay, and nothing but evil and fear is going to be in it. Things are going to turn upside down, man. Okay, the Lord's got these devils working on the left-hand side doing this. Okay. This is Sirach chapter 12 verse 10.
Right? Tap the chest, see what you get.
Right, because as far as we're supposed to be concerned, right, the WHO is supposed to be an organization that's here to protect the people of the earth, right, from diseases and whatnot, right. So they're supposed to be here to be helping us, right, not knowing they're playing their part in the NWO agenda, right. But everything they seem to be doing is supposed to be for mankind's benefit. All right, so we're supposed to be able to trust them. Okay, but the problem is Okay, these organizations, they're run by Esau. And Esau has his own agenda, right? And so I'm going to read this, right? It says, never trust that, verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away, right? He is the same devil he has always been, right? It doesn't matter about the speeches he makes or the smiles that he puts on, the sympathy he appears to have, right, to gain your trust, right? You cannot trust this devil. Okay, he is our mortal enemy, and he does not do things for the good of our people, or for anyone for that matter, only for himself. Right? Not even for the not even for his own people. These lower class Edomites. Okay, he's not even doing anything for them. It's just for the elite, the wicked elite. Right? They don't care about nobody else, right? So set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Right? Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such come as now a wild beast? Right? So I say that the Pan-D came, CV came, right, and everyone was getting, the venom put up in them, right? Causing all kinds of fucking havoc in certain individuals' body and whatever, right? But they had everybody queuing up to do that, man, just because they wanted a bit of freedom. They wanted to go on holiday, they wanted to go this place and that place or whatever the case may be, because they thought they were that at high at risk, So he sort of convinced a lot of people to do that, but there's a lot of backlash came out of that too. Okay, a lot of people did what they were told, and it backfired on them, and they end up being damaged, right? And so people, they don't they're not buying it. Not all of them are buying it, man. Some are buying it more, some are buying it less. Based on their experience during the CV, right? And that's why whenever this new one comes, it's got to have to be serious, man. To really scare people, okay? Really use that fear, man. Something that's highly contagious, something that's got a high kill rate. Not some 0.01% or whatever the hell it was. Right? Nah, something real bad. Right, you already got to put the fear of God into them, and and Esau will do it. He'll find a way, right? Because he's gonna manipulate all these people for them to take the MOTB, man. So he's gonna have the ability to bring that amount of fear onto you, to you, right? So he can manipulate you in doing what he wants you to do, right? Because that's his ultimate goal, for you to take the MOTB. Whatever method he uses, or multiple methods that he uses to get you there, he will. Right? And it's all because of fear. Right? And the appearance that he's trying to help. Right? But like I'm reading here, don't trust that. Don't do it, as he said, just because you're thinking that he's trying to help you, just because you're scared. Trust in the Lord, man. It's the Lord bringing these things up upon the people. And the Lord's going to reward the faithful. Okay, those that put their trust in him and not this, not Esau, not this demon. All right. But back here, verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him and he sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, right? So they got all the fair speeches in the world for you to assuage your fear, to allow you to trust and to depend on them, right? And that's what a con artist does. And that's all that Esau is. It's just a con artist, right? He gets you to trust him, by saying what you want to hear. Essentially, by doing things that it looks like he's putting himself out of the way to do, when he's not really. He's just part of the plan. That's what a con man does. And he takes all your shit. Right? So the enemy speaking sweetly with his lips, but in his heart, in his mind, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Right? He's looking at ways to trap you, man. How to destroy you. Right? He will keep weep with his eyes, but if you find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. and though he pretend to help thee, right? And that's what these organizations are doing. All these leaders, all these governments, right? They're pretending to help people. Look at, well, I speak for what was going on here in the UK. Right? We had you had Boris Johnson in power at the time, right? And them man were doing all kinds of recklessness, violating all kinds of laws and things that they put in place for everybody else to follow, but they weren't following them. They were still doing what they wanted to do. Mugging the people off, right? And that's why a lot of people are pissed. So if adversity come upon him, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will take the piss, right? He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance, right? You're gonna see him for what he is in that time. When he's got you where he wants you, you're gonna see him because he hasn't got to keep up the act no more. Because acting's tiring. When you just wanna be you, it's tiring. Right, and these devils, man, they'd rather just be themselves, man, but they got to put up the front for the time being in the public and all that kind of stuff. They can't wait until they're just off the leash and, they can be tyrannical and, say what they really think and do what they really want to do. And I want to grab this, right, because I say it's all about fear and control, right, and that is what they, keep throwing at the people, fear of this and fear of that, to, manipulate them and move them in a certain direction, in a certain position, So I'll type this into Google, fear as a tool of control, right? And the AI come up with something for me, right? It says fear can be used as a tool of control in many ways, including by politicians, leaders, and individuals, right? It says politics, fear can be used as a political tool to incite social alarm and can be used in the punitive system to justify state terror. Extreme security measures, right? Security measures, curfews and lock-ins, lockdowns, whatever, right? And legal instruments that violate rights, right? Rights you think you have a right to, right? But they can change all that. They can do what they want. Fear can also be used in elections to change intentions and behavior, such as when discussing risks to encourage people to wear seatbelts. All right. I'm not gonna bother read those ones, but there was another part here. Right. This is how can fear be used to control? It said individuals looking to take advantage of and manipulate others have long realized the power of fear. When one is gripped by fear of a threat, real or imagined, right, their rational and higher cognitive capacities are shut down, making them easily manipulable by anyone that promises safety from the threat, right? And that is what's being geared up to be done. Just the same that happened during the pandy, the whole CV-19, right? And they use this over and over again, these tactics, right? But one thing that Scripture speaks about and tells us, right, we have not been given the spirit of fear. We don't fear the things that are happening. Okay, we only fear the Heavenly Father, right, and His judgment, right? So we're not to fear these things that are happening in the earth, because the Most High is ultimately in control of all these things, right? And if it's not for us to be, taken by it, then we're not going to be taken by it. If we're of the elect and we're, are chosen, then we ain't got to worry about all this shit. Okay, that's for everybody else to worry about. So you're not going to manipulate us because we're not scared. We're not scared of Esau and his devices. All right, so he hasn't got that power and control over us, man, and that it pisses him off. It annoys him, because he's trying to do everything that he can, to try to rock our faith and, all of this. He's trying to do all of that. Okay, but we're not bothered by him. He can do what the hell he wants to do, man. Okay, we're gonna do what we gotta do. Yeah, we're both on separate missions out here. Okay, not being dissuaded, by each other. These men are gonna go do what they're doing, and we're gonna do what we're doing, man. And it'll all just work out in the end for us. Not so much you, not for Esau. He gonna be very disappointed. All right. So yeah, Esau can't, he can't deceive the very elect. So he can't do nothing to manipulate the elect. Right? It ain't no bribe there's nothing that Esau can do to the elect. All right, that's gonna put them off the course. I'm gonna close out with this. This is Psalm 64, verse 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrections of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly they do shoot and at him and fear not." Right? They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, "Who shall see them?" Right? Because not like people don't understand that the whole reason, the whole point of this, and everything like this, right? It's to only get you to take the MOTB. That is why he's doing all of this, man. Running all these games, these tests, and this manipulation, right? Because that's to become a situation where it's bad enough that you will accept being micro C hit, man. That you're gonna have your what do they call that? Your privacy invaded by having a C hit placed under your skin. But the situation has to be bad enough for that, because most people don't want something like that. Not really. It's a breach of privacy or whatever they say, man. Some men are all for it. Some men like the idea. Man, like Cyborg now, and could do all kinds of cool shit, right? Man, I think it's cool. But most people don't really want that, at least not yet. And so that situation has to be developed, right? For people to want to take it. Because throughout the whole of this, Esau doesn't want to look like the bad guy. He don't want to look like the bad guy, not yet. He thinks he's good. He thinks he's good, man. And he wants the praise and the adoration of the people, right? And eventually, when he gets into that position, because obviously the people are going to be asking for the government for help in that time. Okay, pursuing to Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. Time of evil such as never been since there was a nation, right? They're going to be begging these governments, these Edomites, to help. And this is what they're going to offer. They're going to offer them the sea hip. Right? And we're going to take care of, all your needs. Make sure you're fed. Make sure you're watered. Okay, just take this sea hip and we make sure you get what you need. That's what they're going to say. Right? But that's not what's going to happen. It's like, never trust thy enemy. That's not how it's going to happen. It's not what's going to happen. And you might help some, maybe. They ain't going to hit all you. Right? Things are going to be low. Okay, just like we experienced in the pandemic, things were running low. Okay, it wasn't no infinite supply of goods. Nah, some people were without, man. Yeah, them food banks are gonna be empty too. Right, so there's gonna be people going without, no doubt. But like I said, after he's got everybody in his position, you're gonna see how much of a devil he is, man. How much he wants to control and manipulate. And, that's why the Lord's got to come and destroy this dude, man, before he gets to that point. All right, this is verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. All men shall fear and shall declare the work of God, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord and shall trust in him. Okay, we're going to trust in the Heavenly Father and the Son in those times of trouble, right? And all the upright in heart shall glory, right? Because they are going to be rewarded at the end for trusting in the Lord. All right. So, yeah, like I said, man, the who are again, and we wait and see where this goes. But that's what I got for this one. So, Lord, is edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So, the next time I say shalom.